There's reporting that USAID used to provide $2 mosquito nets to certain African countries and villages, and now they're just gone.
They're gone.
And people are getting malaria. And, there's obviously this argument from the right that, every cent needs to be spent on America first. But if you have a global malaria outbreak, that's going to affect us here in America too, guys.
Exactly. Germs and viruses do not respect national borders, do they?
Oh.
No, they don't. Oh, we got to stay here in Europe or China. We can't go all the way to the United States. And we know what happens when vaccinations plummet. We saw it in Samoa, Sam, right?
Right.
Where, RFK Jr. goes to Samoa, subverts the idea of vaccination. 86 deaths in this little, tiny, barely populated country. We projected that to hundreds of thousands of deaths in the United States. And, of course, we saw the measles outbreak earlier this year, right? And where did it occur? Unvaccinated children. And now apparently there are new measles outbreaks starting again. Measles was an affliction that we had solved through vaccination. And here's another wrinkle on this, Sam, that's really frightening.
Uh-oh.
That's one thing for Dr. Trump to be pontificating. But apparently some of this nonsense is going to be officially represented in Food and Drug Administration, FDA guidelines.
Right. Apparently there's going to be warning labels on Tylenol.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable.
Can we talk about, for a second, why is this happening? Now, it seems at least probable that RFK Jr. is behind this, but why is Trump agreeing to this? I know we always say follow the money, but I haven't.
There's certainly money in it for RFK Jr.
Right, I get that, but I'm saying...
We discussed that before.
It would be very easy for Trump to dismiss this, but not only has he not dismissed it, he's made it a huge part of his agenda now. Why? I can't quite wrap my mind around it.
I didn't understand why he said swallow bleach either.
But no, I don't think that's
much more serious.
That's a bad comparison.
Yeah.
He just said that off the top of his head.
Yeah.
He says crazy stuff all the time.
This is all prepared.
This is all prepared.
Scripted.
This is part of his MAGA Trump administration agenda. Why?
Again, maybe it's follow the money. I'm not aware.
Right.
I know RFK Jr. has, and his allies have all kinds of conflicts of interest. I don't know whether or not Trump does, or if he does, where it lies. But I'm always, and I'm not going to make unfounded accusations because I admit I do not know. But Trump's MO over God knows how many decades has always been to do things that line his pockets. Now, whether this falls into that category, I can't say. I'm not an investigative reporter, but it's certainly something worth looking into. The other thing, that I can think of, and we're just speculating here because this is so nuts, is this is another way for him to stick it to this academic community that he hates.
Yeah.
Let's just stick it to the scientists, just like he's sticking it, to the historians when it comes to his phony baloney history of the United States. Now he's sticking it to the scientists. And we've already seen that. We've already seen Trump and RFK canceling out critical vaccine research, cancer research, other vital health and scientific research. He doesn't believe in knowledge. He doesn't believe in the search for truth or evidence. And this seems to be just another way he is undermining faith in those who dedicate their lives, whether in medicine or history or any other field, devote their lives to the search for truth and for the betterment of humanity. This is another way he's sticking it to them and exerting his will over them. That's the most plausible, presuming you can't find a money trail. And I know nothing about whether there is or isn't.
Some people in chat are saying there's some money trail to Dr. Oz, who has some sort of...
Oh, definitely.
Some sort of alternative to Tylenol, but I don't know how true. I haven't seen that or looked.
I have no doubt there are money trails to RFK Jr., Dr. Oz, and his allies. I mean, I didn't investigate it myself, but there was enough reports that seem credible to that effect. I've not seen a report establishing a money trail to Donald Trump.
Some people are saying,
I can't claim that.
Some people are saying it's a distraction. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out more as it goes along.
It's one hell of a distraction.
I know, seriously.
If it's a distraction. Maybe, so much of what he's doing does seem to be a distraction from the Epstein files, the nightmare on Elm Street that he can't wake up from. But it's more than that.
It's got to be.
It can't be just that. I really think, my explanation is a reasonable one. This is part of his concerted war on truth and his belief that I can just assert anything I want to assert, and it overrides any kind of scientific, academic research.
Yeah.
I am the ultimate authority.
Yeah, could be.
Could be.
All right, you ready to move on to our next topic?
Yeah, just let me once again stress,
Okay.
as strongly as I can, and you don't have to believe me. We've quoted now plenty of the leading experts in the field who spend, these organizations represent doctors and scientists who spend their lives studying this. All of these organizations agree that what Trump is doing is not just wrong, but fundamentally dangerous to mothers and kids. And here's the irony, Sam. I don't think anyone has talked about this. What is the big issue when it comes to pregnancy for Trump and the right wing?
Abortion?
Abortion. They are so concerned about abortion. They are, apoplectic. We have to protect the unborn. And yet here they are, turning right around and adopting a policy that puts in grave jeopardy not fetuses, but children who are going to be born and their mothers. What could be more hypocritical and contradictory?
That's a good point.
And I don't think anyone has emphasized that enough. And by the way, final point.
Oh.
What Trump's nonsense on Tylenol and vaccines has had international repercussions. Global health agencies.
I said that already.
Have dismissed it.
I said
the World Health Organization, the leading organizations in the UK, even the leading organizations in Spain have condemned what Donald Trump is doing and try to keep it from harming moms and kids in their countries. Thanks for watching our video. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and become a member today.